to work a lot harder.
What are you seeing in the Seattle offense? The numbers are clearly indicative that this offense is getting much, much better. 52% over the last 2 games, 48% shooting over the last 5 basketball games in which they're 4-1. What are you seeing that's so good over the last 5 games?
Well, I'm seeing that they're not settling for so many three-point shots.
Yep.
Early in the season, they were settling for a lot of three-point shots and not converting on them. Now they're being aggressive, like Brian Agler talked in the pregame. Aggressive meaning getting the ball into the post, letting the post go to work, cutting off the ball, slashing to the basket. They're doing those things, and they're scoring a lot in the paint. And it's not only the post players, it's from the 3 position with Swin Cash. And the chemistry is clicking, and that's coming from confidence.
I took a look at the breakdown in the Western Conference because we alluded to the 3-way tie that Phoenix, Seattle, and San Antonio currently sit in. And Seattle's road to the playoffs is the easiest of the 3 when you just break it down of strength of opponent and then how many home games and how many road games. Seattle and Phoenix both have 9 home, 6 road. San Antonio has 8 home, 7 road, so Phoenix, Seattle, slight advantage there. But then you go one step further and take a look at who these teams play. The elite teams in the WNBA, Minnesota, Connecticut, and Indiana. This is the last Seattle Storm game against those teams tonight. Phoenix has 4 left. San Antonio has 6 left against those teams. So Seattle's got a great shot at that 2 spot. This is a big game.
This is a big game, and that's a huge statistics that you gave, because when you have that and the Storm plays so well at home, that's a huge advantage, and that's why it makes sense that Brian Agler was content with being 500 after July, because he knows those things.
Yep.
And the Storm are also peaking right now. They're playing better, and they're continuing to get better, and we're seeing the chemistry now that we didn't see a month ago.
Connecticut 12-6 on the season. They are going to be battling all the way with Indiana for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference in that regular season Eastern Conference Championship, which we found out in the playoffs last year means absolutely nothing since Atlanta advanced and Washington advanced last year. But Connecticut is right up there along with Indiana. They're going to make the playoffs for the first time since 2008. Haven't been to the playoffs simply because they haven't been good on the road. They have been 45-15 since 2008 at home, 13-30 on the road. But one of those 13 wins right here a couple years ago.
Yeah, we remember that win, and they played awesome. So I think that's another perfect example. They play well at home, more confident. But in my opinion, they've improved a lot this year. They have a healthy Asia Jones. So they have a force inside, and they have some young guards outside that we recognize in Connecticut. They can come in and hit shots.
You know what's going to be so fun about this game is you've got 2 teams that you could realistically say are playing their best basketball of the year right now. Seattle's won 4 of 5. Connecticut's won 6 of 7, 3 in a row on the road. So it's kind of fun when you get, not only you get 2 elite teams playing against each other, but you get 2 elite teams that are at the top of their games right now.
Yes, and for the Storm to win this game without Lauren Jackson and to be undermanned inside, it is a huge win. And in my opinion, the Storm haven't peaked yet. Their best basketball is ahead of them.
Great crowd tonight here at Key Arena, as we customarily see, but certainly on a Friday night, a fantastic crowd. Time now for the BECU starting lineups for Seattle. Same old, Sue Bird and Tanisha Wright, who were shut down against this Connecticut team last game. Talk about what happened to them in the last game, Adia. The backcourt was held to 6 of 16, Tanisha and Sue, 0 of 6 for 3, and maybe the most disappointing number, only 4 assists and 6 turnovers for those 2 in that game.
Connecticut was really packing the paint, and what they did well is Mike Tebow's a great coach, and he scouts the Storm very well. He does not want to leave Sue Bird with the basketball making decisions. So when you see Sue Bird tonight, she's going to get a lot of heat going off the pick and rolls, a lot of double teams, and they're going to make her give the ball to other people. And off the pick and rolls or the pick and pop, when we were in Connecticut, the Storm players weren't converting on those three-point shots that were open. So tonight, hopefully at home, when they do pop, Sue can have an outlet and find other ways to score, because she's got to be aggressive and a scorer for the Storm to win.
Rest of the starting lineup for Seattle, the front court, Swin Cash, Camille Little, and Ashley Robinson. For the Connecticut Sun, it all starts with Tina Charles, number 2 in the WNBA in scoring, number 1 in rebounding, 11 per contest, 6th in block shots. Charles at 6'4", 200 pounds, double-doubles in 12 of 18 games this season. She is a load. She went for 20 and 10 the first time these two teams met on July 1st. Asia Jones, the 6'3 forward, in her 10th year out of UConn. Number 21, Renee Montgomery, another Connecticut Husky in her 3rd year, 5'7". Kalena Green, another UConn Husky. 3 UConn Huskies in the starting 5 for the Connecticut, 4 in the starting 5 for the Connecticut Sun. And then Danielle McCrae in her 2nd year out of Kansas. They can't find another UConn Husky to put in the starting 5.
It's the Huskies versus the Storm tonight, not the Sun versus the Storm.
It's exactly right. 4 out of 5, and a couple of Huskies starting for the Storm as well. So you got 6 of them out on the floor right now to start this off, and it's Tina Charles and Ashley Robinson going at it, and it's the Tennessee Volunteer winning the jump shot, or the jump ball rather, over the UConn Husky, and Seattle has it. Working right to left from our vantage point here at Key Arena. A-Rob up top with 12 on the shot clock. Finds Sue Bird, thinks about a 3. Now short corner swing cash. Great cut without the ball by Camille Little. She finds the hoop. It's 2-0 on a nice pass from Swin Cash.
It's great. The last 3 games, Camille Little has been finishing from the beginning of the game.
Jones circles it around to Green. Now in the low block, Tina Charles. A-Rob has her hands full tonight against Tina Charles, arguably the best post in the WNBA. Certainly right now, especially with Lauren Jackson out. Here's a steal by Seattle. 3-on-2 break the other way. Swin Cash beating Sue Bird, and quickly it is 4-0 Storm.
The transition game for the Storm is even better this year than it was last year. Great find.
Seattle starting 2 for 2. Renee Montgomery runs into the lane and hits a little leaner from 13 feet on the right side. Got to keep Renee Montgomery out of the paint.
You have to make her work for her shots because she's a scoring point guard that looks for her shot first and distribution second.
High-low from Ashley Robinson, intended for Camille Little, way over her head and out of bounds. 4-2 Seattle. Turnover number 1 on the Storm. Both teams with 1 miscue. Montgomery, jitterbug dribble into the lane, now kicks it to the corner. Green sets, fires, and misses. A-Rob looked like there was some contact in the back, no call, but an offensive board by Tina Charles. Little hook shot, that one's no good. T. Wright comes up the other way, 3-on-3. Sue on her right, Swin on her left, and T loses the basketball. Just lost it flat out behind her. Turnover number 2. Over in the corner. Now is Danielle McCrae feeding Tina Charles. Little fadeaway. Instead, she finds Asia Jones, who misses the point-blank layup. Mike Tebow pumps his fist in disgust over on the sideline. Tanisha the other way to Sue. Triggers up a 3 and rattles her home. 7-2 Seattle. Sue with 5.
The backcourt remembers how they played last game. Sue Bird's going to look to be aggressive.
That backcourt, as we mentioned, only 6 field goals total for the game. They already have 2, and here's a missed shot. Sue out running the other way, gets a feed from Tanisha Wright. Is she catching fire early? Yes, indeed she is. Birdie with 8, timeout Tebow. 10-2. The Storm out to the same type of start they had against San Antonio earlier in the week.
What I love about it, the Storm, it's one and done on one end, and they're being so aggressive in transition. Different people bringing the ball up the court, and Sue Bird looking for a 3-pointer off transition.
They started 14 of 15 last game. They've started 4 for 4 today, including 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Our score, Seattle 10, Connecticut 2. This is Storm basketball.